Konnichiwa, minasan. Zsadist here of MagickDream Creations, along with Mr. Manager Orgy.
Hi, guys.
And here we are again with another Nocturnal Nerds podcast.
Yay!
Again,
Woo, woo.
our category is anime, because we need more suggestions. Bring your suggestions to us. Give us genres.
Yes, more. We need more.
We are for sure going to start doing video games, because we are gamers. We know many. We have played many.
So
throughout our very
many years
of playing video games. So we are going to start bringing that genre in too. So, you know, that way we're not boring you guys with just anime. So yeah, if you got any other suggestions, you know, give us some video games. We may have played it. If not, we're going to try to play it.
Oh yeah, I'll give it a good old try.
Not really so much on consoles, because at the current we don't own any consoles.
Right.
So yeah, sad days. That's a story in and of itself. But we will give it a good college try. We'll figure something out.
I'm more acceptant to give it a shot on the video games than I am the animes. I'll still give the anime a try, but don't get me wrong. Even if I don't like it, I will play it.
Mm-hmm. I know I'm still trying to, find my inner courage.
Mm-hmm.
May do a Let's Play of Five Nights at Freddy's, but I'm not so good at the jump scare games. I'm really
That's
not.
more of my thing.
Yeah, I can't do jump scares really well, because I end up throwing controllers at the screen because I get scared so damn much.
And I have to apologize to you guys. The last episode, and more than likely this episode, I'm having sinus issues. And so I have to clear
his throat a lot.
Yeah, a lot. I'm having a lot of bad phlegm buildup.
Yeah, so he turns his head from the night. He's a sound, like that. He's a sound tech, so he knows, don't cough into the microphone or anything like that.
Right.
So
if you bear with me, I'll try to get this out for you.
All right, so let's roll it on out. We're gonna do our anime here. Our first pick was Cowboy Bebop. That one is an old one, but it is so good. You got space cowboys, bounty hunters, spaceships, and all the gunfighting in the world.
And I got introduced to this one again by a mutual friend of ours at the time, because I don't know if we've covered that. Our names and some of our friends are Amp Guardians, and our names derive from that.
Yeah, well, they're like a nickname for names we gave ourselves or were given to us as Orgy's case.
Right.
So.
And at the time, Shinigami, we used to meet up at his house and watch Cowboy Bebop on a regular, consistent, every weekend basis.
And see, for me, it was again another Adult Swim lineup. And I fell in love with it from the first episode. And I really like the fact that they named the episodes after, it's like a musical thing.
Yeah.
You had like Mushroom Mamba and Real Folk Blues. And it was just, it was Jupiter Jazz. It was gorgeous. I loved it, and I loved the feel of it.
I've always, as we've covered, I'm a music and engineer, sound tech. Musician. I love jazz, and it was
jazz filled to the brim, baby.
It connected to me on a whole different level.
Just on that alone, and gorgeous, and the soundtracks even, just as good.
I really fell in love with it quickly.
And it's definitely, it's a kind of slow in the beginning, but it's only a few episodes, guys. Yeah. It's a one-hit wonder thing. Well, not one hit wonder, but it was a one season only, and it got you, and it
hooked you in,
and it's just amazing. All the different characters,
I know we were all sad whenever it ended.
Oh yeah, it was a very, very sad times, and there was actually a manga that was created in it too, which it kind of had the same premise, but it didn't. So I'm not sure. I can't remember if the manga was created before or after it.
See, I don't know.
And then of course you had the Cowboy Bebop movie.
Right.
Knocking on Heaven's Door. which was, I loved that movie. We're not going to get into that movie. We're going to save that for later.
I didn't get to watch the movie.
Okay, yeah, now we're going to have to make Orgy watch Knocking on Heaven's Door, and then we're going to feature that in one of our anime covers, because that's so happening. And he's also got to watch Wolf's Rain, which is from the same creator as Cowboy Bebop, too.
Yes, I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't.
You love wolves.
Yes,
I love wolves. It'll make you cry at the very end. I'm telling you that right now. We're going to have tissues ready, because I will be a blubbering effing mess. But, I mean, that concept was really good. But, yeah, Cowboy Bebop, I mean, so many things. I had life lessons from that anime.
Yeah.
So many things in that anime.
And I connected to it on certain episodes of what was going on in my life. I could relate real close to it.
Yeah. And when I was watching it on Adult Swim, there was one episode that never got to air.
Yeah.
Because that it was a drug reference, and that was Mushroom Mamba. You know, and then I finally got to watch it when we got the DVD set, and I was like, oh my god, Mushroom Mamba's my favorite episode now, because I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
I do apologize, guys, for the coughing. There again.
It's starting to agitate him, I can tell it in his face. But we got, you have that, and that was the only difference that I had when I was watching it, and at the time when I was watching it, I was real young. I was in high school, giddy as a schoolgirl, a hyper teenager. I was very shy, and I was a geek. So I actually, as my second cosplayed as Ed.
Aww.
Yeah, I actually, and there's like pictures, there's like actual, like not phone pictures, like actual holding your hand Polaroids pictures of me dressed as Ed with, my friend Adriana. She was dressed as Yuna from Final Fantasy X. Actually, she was dressed as the songstress, so it was 10 too. And then you had our other friend. He was dressed as Brother from Final Fantasy. And so it was just, I was dressed as Ed. I had on the bike shorts and everything.
That's
awesome. I'm not that tan as Edward is, but I did have it. And I enjoyed it because I connected with Edward because she was the techno geek. I was a techno geek. She was hyper as hell. I was hyper as hell at the time. So it fit.
It's funny that you would mention Mushroom Mamba, because that's where I picked my favorites from.
So we're going to go right into our favorites here. Orgy, you start us off, because this has got my interest peaked. You said favorites now. So.
Yeah, I have two. Because you can't have one without the other when it comes to Cowboy Bebop.
All right. Who is it?
Ed.
Ed.
Of course. Yeah.
Let me guess. Ein, too?
Ein,
yes. Oh, I gotta love the corgi.
Oh, that little corgi.
Because he was so smart.
He attached to my heartstrings.
Yeah. He was smart, and he had a little personality of his own.
And I loved them both.
Yeah, they're the dynamic duo.
Yep.
You can't really have one without the other. And I mean, Ed connected with Ein on a whole new level.
Oh, yeah.
That became like her familiar was Ein.
Yeah, Ein. If I'm not mistaken, every scene there was an Ed and an Ein.
About the only time that there was not was when she was first showing up.
Yeah.
Because I believe they had Ein before they had Ed. Yeah, they did. They had Ein before they had Ed.
And I loved Ein.
Really fun tidbit here, too. When years ago I had two corgis myself. And they were named Scraggy and Sophie. Okay? Scraggy looked like Ein.
Yes.
Sophie did not. So that, we had a male and female corgi. They were fixed and everything. So no puppies, unfortunately.
Sad
a friend of ours, Draco, who we also call TC, he would not say their names.
Nope.
Period. No, it was Ein and not Ein.
Yep.
That's it. That's all he would address them as. So,
Ein and not Ein.
Ein and not Ein. That was the end. Period. You're stuck. I was like, but it's Scraggy and Sophie's. No, it's Ein and not Ein. Like, okay, I'm not gonna argue with that one.
And I kept trying to get Scraggy to hop around.
Like Ein did in Mushroom Mamba.
I kept trying to. He wouldn't do it. But I kept trying.
You kept trying.
My hopes were there.
Your hopes were there. And he was the hyper one, too.
Yes.
Miss those dogs.
I do.
But we still, I love my little Evie to death, though.
Yes.
I will not trade her for anything in the world.
Who is passed out currently.
Is she passed out behind
Yes.
you? Aw, yeah, she's all night-night. She's too pup to pup.
Yep.
So, yeah, your favorites were Ed and Nine.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
Who was your favorites?
Ha 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 ha. Well, I didn't really have favorites. I had a favorite.
Oh, okay.
I had one. And which is actually surprising, because I usually don't go the villain.
And usually you don't go just one.
I know, right? No, mine was the villain, Vicious. I loved me some Vicious, man.
Vicious was good. He was almost on my list.
He was, because, I mean, he didn't really make a big presence until towards the end,
Yeah.
but that was, you know, he was the main antagonist on this whole thing.
Yep.
He was the reason why Spike was doing what he was doing. He was the reason why they were looking for Julia. He was, and you know, that big crow thing that he always had on his shoulder. Oh, that was awesome. And he reminded me of Sephiroth because he had the long ass sword. So that was even more of a plus.
And I remember when I very first saw him, I made the comment they should have at least used part of the music of Seth Roth.
Just to kind of tie it in there, play the one-winged angel and go about your day. Huh?
Especially because of the crow that was
Being
sitting
right
on his shoulder.
there, it always looked like he had wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, they should have played the music, at least part of it.
Mm-hmm. And it's really fun because Vicious, you know, he snaps. He goes insane because of things that happened between him and Spike. They were best freaking friends, man.
Yeah.
And there was a betrayal, and it was all because of one woman.
Yep.
But
and if I remember correctly, when he's first introduced, they give each other props and go their separate ways without having a big
Bloodbath,
confrontation right there.
Yeah, because it wasn't time. It wasn't their time to battle yet.
It was mutual respect.
Mm-hmm. And the stars were not properly aligned for that one. But yeah, so those are our favorites. We're going to go into who we hated.
Oh, man.
All right, Orgy.
I could not. Every time it scanned and it panned to the TV,
you knew
I
Big
cringed.
Shots was coming.
Yeah.
Big Shots. Uh-oh. You hated someone off of Big Shot. So who was it?
Judy.
Oh, you hated the cowgirl.
Yes.
Aw.
She annoyed the hell out of me. It should have stayed as a radio comm link, something of that nature.
Not a TV series.
Not a TV. That character just grinded on my nerves.
Now, was it because of her appearance or was it because of the way she acted?
Both.
Okay, both.
I just didn't like Judy all around.
Fair enough. and she's kind of sort of a major character, but kind of sort of not.
Yeah.
You know, she's one of those supporting casts.
Yeah, she's a supporting cast. Because without her, it wouldn't be the same.
Because they wouldn't have...
Right.
There's the whole, announcing the bounties. Who's the big bounty of the day?
I think they should have just put it as a comm link or something. And I probably wouldn't have hated her as much. Man, every time it would pan to the TV, I cringed.
As soon as you knew that show was about to start, you're like, I hate you. I hate you, Judy.
I hate you, Judy. And it started, I want to say, about the 4th or 5th episode. I started
hating her.
No, can we not have that? And then it just didn't stop.
Didn't stop. It just kept going and going.
Going and going. And I was like, I would go outside and have a cigarette while that part was going on.
Like,
and then I'd quickly put it out and come right back in and watch the rest.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can understand that one. She was a little much.
Much is an understatement.
Well, she wasn't the one I hated. So.
Oh, who did you hate?
I cheered. I cheered at the end. I hated Julia.
Wow.
Yeah, I hated Julia to death, and I laughed and cheered and was like jumping out of my seat when she got shot.
I can understand that.
And the main reason why I hate her is because she's the whole
She started the bullshit.
She started that bullshit because she was like playing two guys.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I believe, if I remember, she slept with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were both in love with her. And instead of, you know, making a choice right then and there, she let it drone on until they ended up in a big, huge fight. They all end up splitting away.
And if I remember correctly, as they are fighting, she has a little smirk on her face.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of
Spike
enjoyed
loses his eye for it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he says, I have an eye that always sees the past.
Mm-hmm.
It's because he had to have it replaced, so he's always in that time. Which is surprising to me why he hasn't lost his shit. And then, of course, Vicious became Vicious.
Yeah.
And he
lost his shit.
Lost his shit because, you know, the woman he loved didn't love him back.
Right.
Was playing him with his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that'd make anybody go insane.
Yeah, it would.
And so, I really hated her. The end, period. I thought it was, you know, a really cool thing that her and Faye, you know, did this whole blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Really weird that Faye didn't really connect the dots, that it was Julia, and that was her, that the Spike was looking for and everything, because Faye ended up falling in love with Spike.
I think maybe she just was naive and didn't want to believe.
Yeah, well, that, and she was too busy trying to run away and get away from it.
Right.
You know, because she had baggage of her own.
Right.
As most of everybody on the Bebop did.
Right.
And that was, you know, the whole Julia thing is I was over it the moment it began. I was like, I'm done with this bitch already. About the only thing that, you know, when they were on the planet to go find her, when they finally got the lead to find her, the only thing is like, oh God, because I thought I saw her.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was Julius, darling, Julius.
Oh.
I was like, okay, not her. Gotcha. That made me laugh. And I was like, all right, now we have really got to find Julia, and I hope to God she gets shot. And then she does, and then I laugh. I really do. Every time I see it. I know there are some people out there that like Julia, but I really didn't. I hated her. I hated her guts.
I can understand that, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who like Judy because she's not really a massive cast, but I can't stand her.
Yeah, it's a more personality on that one. But yeah, so Cowboy Bebop, guys, we highly recommend. If you have not seen this anime, dude, you're missing out.
Yeah, you are.
And, you know, I'm going to kick some Orgy butt and make him watch the movie, because it's been way overdue. He needs to see that movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's still on Netflix. If not, we're going to find it and we're going to watch it.
Okay.
Probably several
times. Sounds like a good idea.
That way we're prepared for if, you know, we draw it in the hat and it's up in the pot there. He's going to have to watch it. And he's also on to-do's list as Wolf's Rain, so we've got a list to go through. So yeah, Cowboy Bebop, watch it. Watch it.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. It's an old one, but it's a good one. I mean, and even for its time, the animation and stuff was awesome.
Right. Yeah.
So now
I liked it.
We both really enjoy the hell out of that one. Can rewatch it and not even care.
Yeah.
Like, it never gets old.
No.
The next one that we have on our list,
Sword Art Online.
Yep. SAO, guys. And we're not going to talk about SAO 2.
Right.
Because that was the second installment. We're just going to talk about the first one, which was 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And, you know, you have... And I really like the concept of going into a virtual reality.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I had a curler in my throat that time. But I really... It hit that home feeling of you get stuck in said virtual reality.
Yeah.
You can't get out. That is like a fear of mine, of being stuck in that world and with no way out.
Yeah.
It really is, because especially with the way technology is developing now, we're already getting the VR and everything. It's getting closer and closer to that, and I'm going, oh God, what if this actually happens and people have to play the game and fight for their life? Because that's all these people are doing. They're leveling up and fighting for their lives and going in and going through this tower and slowly plinking away at this tower to become free and be able to be back in the real world.
Right.
They can't unplug. If somebody from outside world unplugs them, they die.
They die. Yeah.
Period. Gone.
Flat
no
out.
more. Then you have the red players that do PvP.
Mm-hmm.
And if you die,
you die.
You die for real. Like, if your character dies, there is no, oh, well, damn, let's start and go again. You're in life.
You're
you
done.
get one life, you're done. So, you know, and you had people that started lives in this game and would, like, start shops and would keep out of the combat and be like, no, screw that. I'm going to stay as safe as I can, because I don't want to die.
Exactly.
You know, and even in the outside world, they had to have the hospitals would bring people in, make sure they wouldn't get unplugged.
Right.
And, you know, sustain them and make sure they did keep leaving, because they were in their thing for like 3 years, if not more. And it was insane.
I really liked it because I had watched Dot Hack and that same kind of concept. I was like, whoa. And this one went more in depth than what Dot Hack did. But it's very similar, but yet different.
It's like this one, we both, I know some people were recommending it online. Kazan recommended it to us. Soma said we needed to watch it. There was a lot of people telling us, watch Sword Art. Go watch SAO if you haven't seen it. And we're like, okay, we'll give it a try.
Right.
We got sucked in.
Like, yeah.
Dude, first episode, we were like,
this is awesome.
We're like, this is home. We're going to keep watching this. And then whenever it did the second season, you know, they got out and everything. The second season of the elves, the fairies.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think we were the first two to watch
out
of our friends the second.
Because we were on that real quick. I mean, we were like, oh, more. And, and the one with the elves, and you know, you start all over again. And this time they're trying to find Asuna because she's still stuck in the virtual world.
Yes.
And because she never made it out, and it's just like, and I liked the fantasy part too. So, I mean, both of them had a fantasy medieval-esque feel to them, and then the second time when they go to Elfheim, it's even more.
Yeah.
And it's just
like same thing all over, but with a twist.
With a bit more of a twist.
Yeah.
So, I mean, guys, wow. That one was a hooker from the very beginning of it, and we watched it for a bit there until we ran out of episodes because we caught up, and we had to wait for Netflix to put more on there.
Yeah.
We were like, well, crap, we gotta wait. So, let's get into
our favorites. You go ahead and start this one.
All right, because you started the last one. My favorite, and both, she goes into both of these, both seasons, Asuna. I really, really liked Asuna because she was not the normal supporting female role. She wasn't the, oh, girly. No, she kicked some ass.
She was right in the mix.
She almost beat out Kirito in the way she fought and everything. I loved her fighting style, the way she was designed and everything. And then I love the fact that she has that, she's still female.
Yes.
You know, and it even proves more that, females do play video games.
Yes. And can be fighters.
And can be fighters, too.
And still be females.
Yeah. And, you know, because she goes into this whole, well, I'm falling in love with you, and I want to have a family, I want to live together.
Right.
And it was starting to get that whole, all the feels, and, you know, and the comedy humor of it of, well, she's going to put his butt in place because he done something stupid.
Yes.
You know, I was like, okay, I really like her. So she's definitely my favorite. That, I mean, I had one. That one was her.
Wow. Well,
who's your favorites?
I had two. I had two again.
I was right on the favorites.
Right. First one is Kirito.
Oh, you liked Kirito. So
yes.
We got the couple. We got the good couple this time.
Kirito, he starts off learning and developing, has a moment of being too arrogant and being put into his place. But by the end, holy cow.
He was good.
Yeah, he turned out to be one of the big badasses.
He was one of the ones that helped bring the end to that game world and got everybody out.
And I developed with the character in Sword Art Online and outside whenever they're in the hospital and all the stuff that he's having to do in his actual life.
Trying to find Asuna and going through obstacles out the ass.
Yeah, he's got to jump through a lot of hoops. And especially to play, he has to keep himself hidden, making sure that not too many people know where his body's at. I really, really like the character in and out of the game. He
was well
connected
rounded.
with him.
You connected with him.
Yeah. The other one is Kayaba.
Kayaba, Akihiko Kayaba.
Yeah.
He was the main one that created the game.
Yes. I
trapped everybody in.
I liked him. Yeah, I like there again, it's kind of like referencing another one, but the book Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were how the person went through and created that world. Same concept. I really liked how he created this whole world.
He got stuck in it, too.
And he got stuck. And by the end, I was like, oh, my God. I really like that guy.
Yeah.
Not that it was bad because
it was the consequence of people actually died.
Right. But I liked how you could create your world and suck all these people in.
It's like
give
kind of
them
that God,
something.
kind of like that God complex thing.
And I felt connected. Not that he was the bad, evil guy. I was like, I could relate, and I was like, oh, I really like that guy for what he did.
Nice. Now, I know you mentioned this one, and we're going to go on this one for just a brief moment here, and I'll throw a picture of this book for you guys, was the Ready Player One book.
Yes.
Oh, God. It's by, I can't remember the name now.
Not me
Ernest
either.
Cline.
Yeah, Ernest Cline.
And, wow, it blew me away because it had a whole lot of references in it that I knew growing up, that I know you knew growing up, because that was during your growing up period.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's what would happen if virtual reality became the necessity. Right. And, what happens if, the way that humans keep going, what happens to the environment and everything. It's got the whole, this very well could be our future.
Those feeling. That have watched Sword Art Online, I feel that if you really like this, you will definitely love the book Ready Player One. And thank you, Toronko.
Yes, Toronko had me listen to it on the way to an Amp Guard event, and I was hook, line, and sinker to this damn book.
This book has spread like syphilis.
Yes.
Thank you, Toronko.
Yeah, because then I immediately had him listen to it. I had Tommy listen to it.
It has spread to a lot of people.
It's like I even had coworkers listening and reading the book itself, because I actually bought the book so I could read it on my own time, and we have the audio book too. So, dude, viewers, you guys, read it, listen to it. It's awesome. But back on to Sword Art Online here. So we did our favorites. So, we redeemed ourselves, I think, for Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon in our
we did.
previous episode.
I think we did.
Having Kirito and Asuna. And I really enjoy the print that I have of them because it's gorgeous.
It is very pretty.
I'll probably, if I can remember who I got it from, I know I got it from Koyakon 2 years ago. I will definitely, give props to that artist and put it up there and everything. And I'll show it to you guys too as well. But we're going to get into who we hated.
Right.
From Sword Art Online, because, sometimes it's hard for us to find characters that we absolutely hate.
Yeah.
And you'll find that out in later episodes, because we racked our brains and went, we don't have any. How in the hell did that happen?
There's going to come a point where we can't pick.
We can't hate anybody in an anime. But this one we did, fortunately, find somebody that we hated. And mine was Nobuyuki. The Fairy King Oberon. I know he was second season.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't find anybody in the first season I really hated. Because Laughing Coffin guys, we already hate them.
Yeah.
And, I was like, everyone from the first season, I was like, okay, I can understand. All right, I don't really hate you. But Oberon, I absolutely loathed the guy. And I was so happy he got his just desserts because, dude, he was fucked up. And I say fucked up. I'm not even caring that I'm cussing. And thank God we're uncensored because, wow.
He was a bit twisted.
Very twisted. He was the whole reason Asuna didn't get out.
Yeah.
Because he's her ex-fiancé, or I think it was fiancé at the time. Something like that. It was real sick and twisted.
Either that, or if I remember correctly, she hadn't said yes, and he was saying that
he was going to make her say yes. Because he was going to be able to have ties to her family, because there was something about her family that was... And the thing about the Japanese culture is they are very high on the honor and everything.
Right.
and, you know, marrying the daughter, you marry into the family, you get all of that. Yeah, it was just, that was his only sole purpose. He didn't love her.
No.
He just wanted the greed that, his greed to be fulfilled.
And he kept messing with Kirito outside of the game.
And outside of the game, inside the game.
Yeah.
It was just a big honking mess.
Yeah.
It was just, I hated his guts. I really did.
I feel that there again, he was meant to be hated.
Yeah, I tend to go to the, you're supposed to hate this guy. Really, you know, you're going to hate this guy. Yeah, I fell into that trap.
You go a little further of the hate.
Oh, I do. I really do. That's one of those where I will, like, print out a screenshot of them and tear it up in tiny little pieces.
Where I have a tendency to go, okay, I think they're meant to be hated. There's someone else that's there you are. You're annoying.
Okay, so you've got somebody.
Yeah, I do.
Who was your hated?
And if I'm not mistaken, this is from the first season.
Yeah.
Kuradel.
Oh, yeah, Kuradel. Oh, yeah, that guy. That guy.
Yep. Whenever you go, that guy, this is that guy.
Kuradel. Mm-hmm.
I didn't...
If I remember, you hated him from, like, the first instance he showed up.
Yeah, first appearance. Because he denies Kirito from joining the Order. And then he has to prove himself. Mm-hmm. And then once he does, he gets treated like a dog. Where the rest of the Order, they've all proved themselves.
And Kuradil, during that whole ordeal, tried to kill him because he was secretly laughing, coughing.
Yeah, he was trying to kill him. And then he gets that moment, and he screws it up.
Yep. He gets his just desserts.
And that's one of the reasons why I was like, I don't like him. Because if you're a villain, you seize the moment. Mm-hmm. You don't let it go through your fingers. And he let it go through his fingers and then tried to redeem himself, and it doesn't work in his favor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're a douchebag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plain and simple, you're just a douchebag.
Kuradil, you asshat.
You had it, and then you lost it.
Let it slip through your fingers.
And you got what you deserved.
Yeah. So those were the Sword Art Online guys. Highly recommend you guys watch it.
It has some twists, some ups and downs. It takes you on a roller coaster.
Yeah, you got an emotional roller coaster on that one.
Oh,
but there's action in it. There's comedy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really good one, especially if you're really into that virtual reality kind of.
And I thought this was gonna be like cutesy, and I was expecting not to be fulfilled. And by the end of it, I was beyond fulfilled.
Oh, yeah.
And it made me hungry. Then I went right into the second season.
And then we haven't watched fully SAO2 yet, so, that's on our to-do list.
Yeah.
Because that one deals with the gun gale online, which is more shoot 'em ups. Mm-hmm. And that's gonna be interesting. I know I've seen a couple of episodes already, and I'm like, this is a different take on this. It's no longer fantasy. That aspect got taken out of it in a way.
Yeah.
It's more of the apocalyptic, but we will save that one for another episode.
Right.
Once we actually watch it and, get our full opinions on it. But yeah, so we highly recommend Cowboy Bebop and Sword Art Online, guys.
Yes.
And definitely if you're a reader and you love books or anything, read Ready Player One.
Yes.
Because it'll get you hooked.
It's a lot like Sword Art Online. It's a lot like that.
It's that virtual reality kind of aspect.
And it takes you on a ride, too.
Yeah, and then you'll get all the references, and it's all 80s references, and then,
And once you watch Sword Art Online and you read Ready Player One, you'll see what we're talking about, that it's very similar.
Yeah, and it's scary how close in our actual world that stuff is getting.
Oh, yeah.
How we're seeing it happen before our eyes, and there's not really a whole lot we can do about it.
It's pretty close. Let's put it that way, especially the gloves that they're coming out with. The only thing they're missing is the chairs.
The full body experience.
And the haptic suits.
Yeah. And then we got it.
We got it right there. It's ready to go.
If you do the audiobook, it's narrated by Joss Whedon. So
yes.
There you go. Even better for you guys.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
All three of those.
Or no, not Joss Whedon. Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Apologies on that one. I got that mixed up. I went Firefly for a second.
Yeah, you did.
Memories. Anywho. So.
And I agreed with you. Go figure.
I know, right? You didn't even correct me or nothing, man. You're slipping. Slipping, Orgy. Slipping.
Oh.
So, yeah. I mean, this definitely was a good runabout with these animes and, you know, giving you guys this book. Because that was a good shot on that one, Orgy. I didn't even think about that one.
I did.
So yeah, thank you guys for listening in. And
Thank
again,
you.
if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, give us content, give us feedback, something.
Give us nom-noms.
Nom-noms, we need the nom-noms. Come on, bring it.
Good, bad, ugly, it don't matter.
Bring it on. So you can get a hold of us at MagickDream@gmail.com. We'll put the email down below in the description section. Always check daily by either one of us. Also the Facebook as well. I'll put a link there. You know, give us a like, Facebook, subscribe to the channel so you guys can get more updates whenever we do podcasts.
Yes.
I mean, you're going to get probably, you know, some of my stuff because I'm putting it on Magic Dream Creations, but it's because Magic Dream Creations is both of us now. Right. As him and as the manager, and we're doing this project, so
you'll see more of her than you will me.
Yeah. But we're going to keep doing this every Friday. So tune in next Friday, guys. Make sure, you know, you check us on Facebook, like us on Facebook. That way you get the updates there, too. And, yeah, so thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you very much.
And we will have y'all listen in next week. I'm still trying to do the video thing. I'm so used to doing that because of my Let's Plays and everything. So, yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys. There we go. I'm done. I quit.
You did it.
I quit. Anyways, ja matane.
Laters, guys.